So as always, good evening. Subscribe, like, and share the vibes. So something that's been on my mind heavy as to why I bring this to YouTube's attention is karma. Okay, something with karma is that it is dealt each and every day. It doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter, what level or scale you are on. That means mentally, physically, emotionally, through any source, even money, right? Just at the end of the day, karma needs to be and will be dealt. Why I mention this is because from my own experiences in the past, I feel like I have maybe overstepped or played God and kind of took the fall for things that I maybe didn't do or didn't intend to do, as far as trying to protect others. I say this because everybody deserves their own karma. So with that being said, if you feel like, okay, I'm being dealt all these cards and it's unfair and it's not showing up in my favor, you maybe have to take a step back and kind of justify how you've been doing things in the past. And I mean that all in all to say that sometimes some of us end up being the sacrificial lamb for whether that's our family or our current circle of friends, or our current circle, the people that we are around. And what that means is, as mentioned, at the end of the day, that karma needs to be dealt. So if you are, taking on somebody else's karma, then that is your own doing. So therefore, you're going to end up getting the karma that person was intended to get. So that feels unfavorable to you because it is. So with that being said, you have to actually, like I said, just take your time to actually recognize the patterns that you yourself are taking part in, and justifying why it is that you may be going through these things and how it could be different for you, and noticing that sometimes we want the best. Actually, most times, all the time, we want the best for the people around us, which means sometimes, like I said, letting that person take the fall for what they've done or for their karma or for their destiny, and let that be God's or their guides, their ancestors, their angels, to get them the message that they need to get, rather than you being the sacrificial lamb and taking the fault, because you will be dealt that karma when that was actually intended for someone else, whether that be you losing your job, you getting ill, you getting in an accident, whatever that might be. You will take the fall that was maybe intended for somebody else, and you won't recognize this until you step out of your people-pleasing mode. Now, some people don't recognize that until they've maybe gone through different cycles of life, or they keep having reoccurring events happening. Like I said, this was just something that's been heavy on my mind, and I felt the need to speak on it because I've just had personal experiences, and I feel like some people take more time or need more time to have these realizations of maybe why things might not be going in their favor, why they're not living up to their full purpose, and why maybe they aren't in their full destiny, is because maybe you're stepping in the way of God's favor for you. And that's my message for today. Ciao, babies.